Welcome back to Mel Olson Stadium here in White Center, Washington. Merchants back in action in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Everett taking the first game 6-3. Max Nealon will lead off the same lineup. Only change for your Merchants is the catcher is Teddy Bishop and Austin Oland will DH. Merchant lineup will face Ryan Oka in 6 appearances. This is his first start. It's a swing and a miss to Max Nealon. 14 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 13 runs, only 11 earned. On 12 walks, 11 strikeouts, and 12 base hits, a 1-0 record. He has a save and a 6.90 ERA. This ball bouncing into Nealon, the count will even at 1-1. Starting lineup for your Merchants, leading off is Max Nealon at third base, Cole Kramer at second, and Jordan Justice at third. Jackson Swim in right field will hit cleanup. This ball missing. It's 2-1. Andy Atwood hitting fifth. It's second base. So Cole Kramer is actually at shortstop, on the error there. Hitting seventh is the DH Austin Oland. It's a swing and a miss for Max Nealon, evening the count at 2-2. Hitting eighth is Teddy Bishop, and hitting ninth, Jackson Ramstead. Aiden Hammersmark will get his first start of the season on the mound for the Merchants. And a strike three called. Nealon knew it. He heads back to the dugout. With one away, it'll bring up Cole Kramer. Well hit ball for Kramer. Deep to right field. Looking up. Black can't make the play at the wall. Kramer cruises into second base. And an error in right field puts Kramer on second base. It'll bring up Jordan Justice with one away and a man on. Pitch bouncing in. First pitch ball. Good called strike there on Jordan Justice. Justice went 3 for 3 in the first game of this series. Of this doubleheader, rather. 3 runs scored, an RBI, and a walk. He also homered. Great game for Jordan Justice. Oka's pitch, a breaking ball. Did he go? Yes, he did. 1-2, the count. Jackson Swim on deck. Here's the pitch on the way. It's up and away. 2-2. Upstairs, missing. It'll fill the count on Jordan Justice. Jackson Swim on deck. Andy Atwood behind him. With one away, Merchants looking to score in the first once again. Jordan Justice home run led off the scoring in game 1, but he'll strike out swinging on a full count pitch to bring up Jackson Swim. Ryan Oka, 2 strikeouts so far in this ball game. Highline dudes line up the following way defensively: to Leslie at third, Vandegrift at short, Lampinen at second, and Casperson at first. Elias Larson in black from left to right in the outfield, and Nabeda, the new catcher, behind the plate. Kramer Swim swings and misses. That's 0-1. On deck is Andy Atwood in his Merchants debut. Had quite the game, going 3 for 4 with a single, a double, and a home run in game 1. Count is 0-1, or rather 1-1 on Jackson Swim. Here's the pitch. It's a well-hit ball. Larson's under it in center, and will make the play for out number 3. Merchants strand a man at second. We head to the bottom of the first inning, scoreless. Welcome back to White Center. Aiden Hammersmark will pitch for your Merchants in game 2 of this doubleheader. First pitch missing. It's 1-0. Try to get the stats up on Aiden. We had some short technical difficulties on the internet, and it's a called strike on the outside corner. Aiden, 6 appearances on the year, all in relief, 4.2 innings pitched. He's given up 6 runs, 5 of them earned, for a 9.64 ERA and 0-1 record. So he looks to bounce back a bit here. First pitch, or the 1-1 pitch missing, it's 2-1. Scoreless game here in the bottom of inning number 1. 3-1 now to Kyle Casperson, who leads off for the Highline Bears, playing first base. Jake Angelico hitting second, the DH, followed by Aaron Lampinen at second. Jaron Larson cleaning up in center field. New catcher Mitchell Nabeda hitting fifth, as Casperson will get a leadoff walk for Highline. Tyler Black in right field hitting sixth. Robbie Vandegrift, the shortstop, hitting sixth. Left fielder Manny Elias in left field, and rounding out the order, Lucas DeLeslie hitting ninth. Ryan Oka, the starting pitcher for Highline. Hammersmark delivers, called strike. Well hit ball by Hammersmark. Jackson Swim running over, looking up, it's foul. A very loud, exciting strike number 2. It's 0-2. Aiden, the 0-2 is a ground ball. Play made, but foul. Aiden Van Rinsum couldn't quite get to that one before it got over the chalk line, and we'll do it again. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Aiden gets his first out of the game and retires Angelico on strikes. It'll bring up Aaron Lampinen, second baseman. Highline threatening with man on second base. First pitch missing. 1-0. Lampinen 0 for 3 in the first game of this doubleheader, with Riley Quinton cruising with only a little bit of a hiccup in the 6th. Runner goes. This pitch is a swing and a miss. Good throw down, and he gets the out. What a throw. Cam Keller behind the plate retires Kyle Casperson, caught stealing 4-2 or 2-4. And there are 2 outs, and the bases are clean behind Aiden Hammersmark. Well hit ball. Base hit into left. Ramstead there to cut it off. He'll throw it in and hold Aaron Lampinen to a long single. He'll bring up Jaron Larson. Have a comment in the live chat from Catherine Atwood. Thank you for the kind words about the broadcast. We're happy to bring you as many Everett Merchants games as we possibly can. And we are also grateful to have Andy Atwood back in the Merchants lineup. He had quite the game one, and we expect him to be very productive as we enter tournament season. Ground ball past Aiden Van Rinsum into right field. Swim there to cut it off. Back-to-back singles after the caught stealing puts Min on first and second with 2 away for Mitchell Nebeda. Nebeda out against the Merchants earlier this season, hitting .318 on the year. Good numbers for the catcher. Not something you normally see out of that position, but always good to have if you're a manager. That ball fouled off towards the Merchants dugout. Pretty shallow bench for Everett today, but they'll have to be creative if they want to make any moves, either on the defensive side or at the plate. Runners take their leads. It's foul tipped, 0-2. Tyler Black on deck, should it be needed. Here's the 0-2. It's a well-hit ball. Van Rinsum, it eats him up. Fair ball. He steps on the plate, or on the bag rather, for out 3, and that will retire the side. Aiden Hammersmark works around some trouble. We head to the top of the second inning. It's still scoreless here in White Center. Welcome back. Making his second half of his merchant debut. We'll call this whole day a merchant debut or rather 2021 merchant debut for Andy Atwood. He was 3 for 4 with a home run, a double, and a single earlier today. Atwood did play for the Merchants back in 2018. He'll take a ball outside from Ryan Oka. Folks, we'd like to ask if you are able to help support this Everett Merchant team as we travel to the West Coast World Series for tournament play. The Merchants will be traveling to the Sacramento area to play in the West Coast World Series the second week of August. Those games will be available via the West Coast World Series broadcast. We'll get you that information when we have it. GoFundMe has been set up by head coach Harold Pietz. The link can be found in the description of this video as well as in the live chat. Links can also be found on our Facebook page or searching Everett Merchants GoFundMe on Google. Ground ball to Vandegrift. The throw to first is in time for the out. Andy Atwood retired. It'll bring up Aiden Van Rinsen with one away. We'd like to thank you all for your support throughout the season. We've had tremendous home crowds at all of our home games. We hope to have our biggest one to date tomorrow at 105 for our home finale. Spread the word. 105 tomorrow afternoon at Everett Memorial Stadium. Your Merchants will be hosting Driveline Select for the last home game of the season. Aiden Van Rinsen takes a called strike. Van Rinsen waits for the next pitch. He was 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI in game 1. The count will even at 1-1. Oland, the new DH, is on deck. Here's the pitch. It's a called strike. Borderline pitch on the outside of the zone. But the call going the way of Highline. No fans here at Mel Olson. Remnants of the COVID-19 pandemic. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball chopper to third. Just foul. And we will do it again. Oland catches a break. Highline thought it was fair. But third base umpire right there in a perfect position to make the call. Scoreless tie here in the top of the second inning. And the Highline Bears manager wants a word with the third base umpire. Just getting an explanation for that play. Seems to like the answer he gets, and it seemed to be the right call from where I'm sitting, but third base umpire's got a better angle than any of us for that particular play. Swing and a miss. Van Rinsen down on strikes. It's the third strikeout of the afternoon for Ryan Oka, and I'll bring up Austin Oland. Very quick first game, just under an hour and a half. This Merchant players will be very grateful. Get home a little bit earlier than they were expecting, assuming this game doesn't go marathon length. This game also slated for 7 innings. Base hit for Austin Oland into left field. Elias to cut it off and left to hold him at first base. And a 2-out single for Austin Oland. Bring up Teddy Bishop. Bishop 0 for 2 with a strikeout in game 1. He also sacrificed. Had quite the game on Friday, picking up several hits in that contest. Oka working from the stretch. He delivers. This pitch bounces in for ball 1. Ramstead on deck, the 9-hole hitter, here in the top of inning number 2. Merchants, no runs on 1 hit, no errors. Highline, no runs on 2 hits and an error. 2 base runners for each team so far. It's going to be a hit in the left field, and the out is recorded for out number 3. Awful close play in left field, but a tremendous effort for Elias, and that will retire the side. The Merchants strand a runner as we head to the bottom of inning number 2. Tied ball game at 0. Welcome back. Tyler Black will lead off in the bottom of inning number 2 against Aiden Hammersmark. Aiden worked around some trouble, stranding 2 runners. He allowed 3 total base runners in the inning, and a called strike to start the side. Vandegrift on deck. He'll be followed by Manny Elias and, if needed, Lucas Delselke. Or Delesley, rather. Ball low. Count will even at 1-1. Inside. Good take there by Tyler Black. Hammersmark, the 2-1. Low, 3-1. 20 pitches for Hammersmark, only 12 of them for strikes. 2 hits allowed, a walk, and a strikeout. This pitch down low, ball 4. The second walk of the game issued by Aiden Hammersmark will bring up Robbie Vandegrift, the shortstop. Vandegrift did not appear in the first game today, hitting .250 on the season in 10 appearances. This is a well-hit ball to center field. Back is Justice looking up. He'll make the play near the warning track for out number 1. Vandegrift retired on a long, loud fly ball to center. It'll bring up Manny Elias with 1 away. Elias, 1 for 5 on the season. He's only played 1 game. He scored a run and struck out twice in that contest. Hammersmark comes home. It's outside. Ooh, no, called strike. Great pitch there by Hammersmark, getting just enough of the zone. On deck is Delesley. Ball bounces away. Wild pitch will advance the runner. 1-1 the count. Delesley on deck. Manny Elias up to bat. Runner on second base now with only 1 away. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball up the middle. Kramer's got it. Runner will advance to third, and the play made at first base for out number 2. Lucas DeLeslie will climb in. Runner on third base with 2 away. Hammersmark looking to avoid trouble for the second consecutive inning. Reminder, this is only a 7-inning game. So time is of the essence for both squads. It's fouled off into the screen. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good stop by Bishop. And a great pitch on the wipeout breaking ball by Aiden Hammersmark. Shadows covering most of the infield, so shouldn't be a real factor. That bit of sunlight not over the batter, as it might appear like on the live stream. The 1-2 on the way, just away. Hammersmark's 2-2 is a ground ball to Nealon. He's got it. The long throw across the diamond is there in time for out number 3. Highline strands a runner. Aiden Hammersmark working around trouble once again. We head to the top of the third, scoreless. Welcome back. Jackson Ramstead will lead off against Ryan Oka. 9-1-2 due up for the Merchants in the top of inning number 3. Scoreless tie here in game 2 is a 7-inning contest. Oka's first pitch low and inside for ball 1. Several final scores to report in Major League Baseball as this ball upstairs. 2-0. Kansas City Royals defeating the Detroit Tigers in a thriller. 9-8. 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th and 5 in the bottom of the 7th for Kansas City to win the game against their division rivals. Tampa Bay over Cleveland. 8-2 in Cleveland. The Astros 4-1 over the Texas Rangers in Houston. Cincinnati Reds defeating the Cardinals, whose midseason struggles continue. They sit at 5-5 or 500 now, 49-49. Its count runs to 2-2 on Van Rinsum. Angels defeat the Twins in a low-scoring contest, 2-1 in Minnesota. Brewers over White Sox, 6-1, and strike 3 called. Wow. That ball wasn't particularly close. Van Rinsum arguing, but being careful as Merchants have a short bench. No need to get tossed in that spot. Max Nealon will climb in as we've just a couple more scores to cover here. Orioles defeating the Washington Nationals 5-3 in Baltimore. First pitch to Nealon, missing. Marlins over Padres 3-2 in a bit of an upset down in Florida. Big 15-3 win for the Braves in Philadelphia. And currently in progress, Mariners over Athletics 1-0 at the end of the first inning on a Ty France RBI single to drive in Mitch Haniger. 2-0 the count. One away, bases clean for Max Nealon. Pitch is a check swing. Did he go? He did not. It's a ball. 3-0. The 3-0 upstairs. Ball 4. One out base runner for Cole Kramer. Justice on deck, followed by Jackson Swim and Anthony Atwood, should they all be needed. Oka delivers. This pitch is low for ball 1. Oka is working from the extreme left side of the rubber. And time called by Nabeda for a quick conference with his pitcher. I'd like to thank you all for supporting this broadcast throughout this season. It's been an honor to be back calling baseball games for these Everett Merchants after last year's COVID absence. So we hope you join us for the remainder of the Merchants' regular season contests this season. Kramer climbs back in. He reached on an error in the first. Moved to first, not in time. Nealon just beating the throw. Pitch to Kramer, ground ball foul. Off his foot. He appears to be okay. Count is 1-1 on Cole Kramer. He's having a good season as in his first year of collegiate level baseball, and that's a called strike. Man, the zone having some consistency issues here in game 2. Another move first, not in time. The 1-2 swing and a miss on the break ball. Move to first, not in time. Nealon being bowled over at first base, and there's 2 away for Jordan Justice. Justice struck out swinging and was 3 for 3 in game 1. The ball low, bouncing away. Nealon walking calmly back to first base. It's 1-0. Swim on deck, 0 for 1 in the game. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch, just missing the barrel of Jordan Justice's bat. Another move to first. Nealon just beating these throws back. Seems to have his lead measured off quite well. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. The throw down is not in time. 1-2 the count, but a stolen bag for Max Nealon. Justice with a chance to drive in the run with a base hit. Regular depth for the infield, maybe slightly shaded towards the outfield grass. Here's the pitch. It's called strike 3. And that will retire the side. Jordan Justice doesn't like the strike zone. The Merchants arguing, and I can't blame them. It's been an inconsistent zone. But we head to the bottom of the third inning, tied at 0. Welcome back. Kyle Casperson walks to lead off the game. Hammer Smark looking to retire him for the first time as we play in the bottom of the third inning. Ball low. Casperson was retired on a caught stealing later in the bottom of inning number 1. Angelico on deck, followed by Lampinen. This ball is well struck to Nealon on a couple bounces, and Nealon drops it. Kyle Casperson's going to reach on an error by Max Nealon. Smiled and apologized to his pitcher as he couldn't quite get the handle on that tough ground ball. Here's the pitch. Upstairs into the screen, and the runner will advance on the wild pitch. More trouble for Aiden Hammersmark. He's been able to work around it today. See if that can continue. A swing and a miss for Jake Angelico evens the count at 1-1. Bottom 3 will play 7. Does the geese fly over the outfields? Pulled back. It's 2-1. Hammersmark working from the stretch. 2-1 on the way is a ground ball fouled. Ooh, and that caught a piece of one of the Highline Bears. Everyone seems to be okay. As they'll take a minute to sort things out amongst themselves, but everyone seems not too worse for the wear. And the count is now 2-2. Scary moment, but everyone seems to be okay. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Wipeout breaking ball to throw to first in time to complete the strikeout for out number 1. It'll bring up Aaron Lampinen, 1-for-1 with a single. If he does that again, it would likely give Highline the lead. From the stretch, Hammersmark delivers. It's a little low. Hammersmark can't believe it. I can't either. Pretty clearly a strike. Cut the plate right in half and was easily above the knees. There's the pitch. Strike call. Just a hair higher than the first one. Hard to figure out this zone, folks. Hopefully someone can before this contest is over. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good wipeout breaking ball there for Hammersmark. And everyone stays put. Kasperson at second base. Lampinen to bat. This pitch is a sharp grounder to Nealon. Checks the runner. The throw across is in time for the out. And there are two away for Jaron Larson. Bottom of the second inning, Mariners still on top, 1-0. One run coming on the Ty France RBI single to drive in Mitch Haniger. Logan Gilbert on the mound. He's given up one hit so far in that contest. Ball inside, 1-0. Mitchell Nabeda on deck should he be necessary. Two away and a runner on second base. Scoreless tie in the bottom of the third. Another ball inside. Aiden getting a little frustrated. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Merchants will send Jackson Swim, Andy Atwood, and Aiden Van Rinsum to the plate in the top of the fourth. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs. 3-1. Hammersmark's pitch is popped foul. And we'll do it again. Or rather, that'll fill the count. And a payoff pitch is on the way. Here's the payoff pitch on the way. Ground ball foul. Van Rinsum picks it up in foul territory, and the count will stay 3-2. "48 pitches for Hammersmark, 29 for strikes. He'll need at least one more to get out of the inning. Here it comes. It's a swing and a miss for strike three, the third strikeout of the night by Aiden Hammersmark. We head to the top of the fourth inning. Jackson Swim, Andy Atwood, and Aiden Van Rinsum due up for the Merchants. It's tied at 0. Welcome back. Jackson Swim leads off the top of inning number 4. We play in the top half of the 4th inning, and Swim 0 for 1. It's also 0 for in the first game of today, and ball low and away for ball 1. Andy Atwood on deck, Aiden Van Rinsum in the hole, and should he be needed, Austin Oland would bat 4th. Here's the pitch. Called for a ball outside. Andy Atwood providing some encouragement to his new teammate. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. The 2-1 barreled up to deep right center field. A number of Bears back, and no one's going to get there. The throw back in by Larson, not in time. A double to center field for Jackson Swim. That's got to feel good, busting a little bit of a slump that he had slid into. And a runner in scoring position for Andy Atwood, who's red hot in his Merchant debut. Andy Atwood stepping in. Here's the pitch. Bunt shown. It's outside. Ball 1. Some discussion to be careful with this batter between the Bears battery. This pitch inside. I think I heard the catcher mention they just wanted to walk him. But that's not a great pitch if you're trying to walk the guy. You don't throw inside if you're pitching around someone. Moved to second, not in time. No throw as the bag was vacated. The 2-0. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. It's 2-1. Now with the strike, you imagine Oka is certainly going after Andy Atwood. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Man, that looked outside. But it'll even the count at 2-2. Merchant's batters are going to have to start defending the plate, as will the Highline Bears batters, but this is a Merchant broadcast. Choking up on the bat. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove for strike 3. And out number 1 recorded. Andy Atwood 0 for 2 in game 2. Van Rinsum struck out swinging in inning number 2. He's 0 for 1. Slow breaking ball in the zone. 0-1. On deck is Austin Oland with 1 away. Pitch dropped. It's a ball. Swim getting back to second base with ease. Neither middle infielder holding Swim. Now both step up and vacate. This pitch up and in near the hands. It's 2-1. Van Rinsum awaits the pitch. Here it comes. It's a called strike. Boy, oh boy. 2-2. Van Rinsum looking to pick up the first run of this ball game. Both teams with 2 hits and an error. and no runs. Here's the pitch. It's skied to deep right center field. Larson there making the play, but Jackson Swim will tag and go to third. It's a good throw, but not in time. Ball gets away for a moment, but the Swim is there and will stay put at third. Austin Noland up with Swim on at third base, 2 away in the top of the 4th inning. Teddy Bishop on deck. Here's the pitch. It's low. Good stop by Nabeda. Swim with pretty good speed at third. Here's the pitch. It bounces away. Swim comes home, and he is safe at the plate, taking out the pitcher in the process. He'll apologize, and the Merchants pick up the first run of the game on a wild pitch. Swim charging home, and the Merchants lead it 1-0. Oka seems no worse for wear. It's a completely incidental play at the plate. That ball fouled away. It's actually pretty good play there by Nabeda and Oka after the spiked wild pitch. That ball nearly beat Jackson Swim back to the plate. A swing and a miss, leaving the count at 2-2. Merchants would draw within a game of Seattle if they win both of these contests. Here's the pitch. It's a well-hit ball. Base hit into left center field. Larson on the run to cut it off. He slips. The throw in is up the line, and Oland with a double into left field. Or into center field, rather. And a 2-out base runner for Teddy Bishop. Time called while a conference on the mound. We'll take a short break. Merchants threatening and lead 1-0. Bishop up 0 for 1 tonight with a fly out, and Austin Oland on second base via a 2-out triple. Or double, rather. 2-out double. Merchants on top 1-0 in the top of the 4th inning. We'll play 7. Here's the pitch. It's a well-hit ball caught on the bounce. The throw over is in time for the out. What a play. Vandegrift, a diving grab to rob Teddy Bishop of a base hit and likely an RBI. But the Merchants pick up a run in the top of the 4th inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Merchants on top 1-0. Welcome back, bottom of the fourth. Mitchell Nebeda leading off 0 for 1. Unassisted ground out to Aiden Van Rinsum in inning number 1. Merchants 1 run on 3 hits and an error. Bears no runs on 2 hits and 1 error. Here's the pitch. It bounces in for ball 1. Another ball bouncing in. 0 and 2. Hammersmark finds a strike. Everett looking to keep things locked down here. This ball bouncing in 3 and 1. Hammersmark's walked 2 batters in this game. 52 pitches. 30 for strikes. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's a ground ball foul towards the Merchant dugout and into the bullpen. It'll even the count at 3 and or fill the count at 3 and 2. Payoff pitch on the way. The 3-2 pitch is a line drive foul ball into the bullpen of the Highline Bears. Another foul ball to stay alive. Nebeda battling here. The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Here's the payoff pitch. It's a will-hit ball to center field. Justice is there in left and right center and will make the play for the out. Hammersmark winning the battle with Nebeda. It'll bring up Tyler Black with 1 away. Hammersmark, 3 1/3 innings without allowing a run. 2 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. Bouncing in for ball 1. Another low pitch. 2 and 0. Another pitch missing low. It's 3 and 0. Hammersmark has pitched around trouble all day. Would like a calm, clean inning here. With 1 away, here's the 3-0 pitch. It's a called strike. Good pitch at the knees by the Hammer. Vandegrift up next. Here's the 3-1 on the way. It bounces in. Ball 4, a 1-out walk for Tyler Black, his second of the ball game. It'll bring up Robbie Vandegrift, the shortstop. Time called. Out comes manager Harold Pyatt. And we'll likely see a pitching change. We'll take a quick break. 1 on, 1 away in the bottom of the 4th inning. Merchants lead 1-0. Welcome back. No move. Aiden stays in the game. It's rare that manager Harold Pyatt comes out and doesn't make a move, but it does happen occasionally. Harold was a longtime pitcher for these Everett Merchants. Well hit ball to left field. Ramstead going back, looking up at the wall, and he'll make the play a couple steps in front of the wall. I thought that ball was gone, folks, and it nearly was, but instead a very loud out. Two away for Manny Elias, 0 for 1 tonight, grounding out to shortstop. Tyler Black at first base. Hammersmark looking to get out of the inning. This ball fouled away. Slimmest of leads for Aiden Hammersmark. 1-0 over Highline. This pitch missing high. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Two and one to Elias. It misses outside, 3-1, and Harold Pyatt is likely going to start thinking about his next move. Kramer is due up second in this game unless something's changed since the intermission. This ball popped up. Kramer looking for it in shallow center field. He finds it for out number 3. Hammersmark 4 complete with no runs allowed. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Merchants lead 1-0. Welcome back. Jackson Ramstead will lead things off in the top of inning number 5. 7-inning contest tonight, folks, so this one's nearly over. Only 2 more innings to play in White Center. A quick game so far. 1-0 the scoreline. Ramstead will lead things off. Merchants look for a couple insurance runs against Ryan Oka, and a ball low will start things off. Nealon on deck, followed by Cole Kramer and Jordan Justice. Hammersmark finished the 4th inning with 67 pitches, 38 for strikes. We'll see if we see him again in the 5th. 1-1 after the foul ball. Pitch low, 2-1. Ramstead 0 for 1. He was 0 for 2 with a walk in game 1 of the doubleheader. Here's the pitch. Well hit ball to first, but picked up by Casperson, who makes the unassisted play at first for out number 1. Nealon up now, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Harold Pyatt discussing a potential bunt play here with Max Nealon. He's got great speed. Let's see what he decides to do against Ryan Oka. Here's the pitch. Bunt shown. He pulls back and takes the ball. See if he tries to bunt for a base hit or just using that bunt as a decoy. So third baseman is now playing much shallower. Still pretty deep, though. Here's the pitch. Taken for a called strike. DeLesley backing back up to where he was before the bunt shown. See if Nealon squares again. The 1-1 is a called strike. 1-2 the count. Playing the fifth inning. 1-0 Merchants lead. 1 run on 3 hits and an error. Bears no runs on 2 hits and 1 error. Both pitchers have been tremendous at avoiding trouble and working around it when it ends up on the base path. This pitch missing inside. It's 2-2. Your Mariners falling behind 3-1 on a couple RBI singles, one by Jed Lowry and one by Kemp. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Retires Max Nealon, and with 2 away, it'll bring up Cole Kramer. 0 for 2, but he did reach on an error in the first. First pitch to Kramer, outside and low for ball 1. Base paths are empty, with Jordan Justice on deck and a Jackson swim behind should they be needed. Here's the pitch. It's low and away. 2-0. Merchants back in action tomorrow. 1:05 first pitch against Driveline Select. That game on or in Everett Memorial. This is a base hit into right field. Black cutting it off before it gets through the wall. A solid base knock into right for Jordan Justice. It'll bring up, or for rather, Cole Kramer. It'll bring up Jordan Justice. Merchants back in action on Sunday against Driveline Select. First pitch in Everett, 1:05 p.m. And then a week off before our season finale, July 31st, 1:35 against the Seattle Studs on the road. Swing and a miss. Big hack by Justice. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. This pitch bouncing low and away, or blowing, kicking away, but right there to clean things up is Nabeda. Here's the pitch. It's away. 2-1. Good take there by Justice. That appears to be about as far away as you can, or about as close to the plate as you can comfortably take right now. Kramer gets a lead, move to first, and a pretty good move, but not in time. Here's the 2-1. It is popped up, but could be trouble in shallow right center field. And to make the play is Larson, and that will retire the side. Merchants trying to run at first base. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Merchants on top 1-0. Welcome back. Lucas DeLeslie leading off for Highline against Aiden Hammersmark in the bottom of the fifth inning. This pitch a little low. 1-0. Hammersmark coming home. This pitch upstairs. 2-0. Hammersmark at 69 pitches, the 70th on the way. It's called strike. That's his 39th strike in 70 pitches. On the way, it's outside, 3-1. Hammersmark, 2 hits allowed, but 3 walks. He has struck out 3, and a man has reached on an error. Here's the pitch. It's low and away. Ball 4, a leadoff walk to Lucas DeLeslie. It'll bring up Kyle Casperson. Time called. Harold Pyatt's coming out, and this will likely be the pitching change. We'll take a quick break. Get you the changes when we come back. Welcome back. New pitcher for the Everett Merchants is Shane Melrose, as Aiden Hammersmark's night is over. Aiden went 4+ innings, giving up no runs on 2 hits, 4 walks and 3 strikeouts in 72 pitches, 39 of them for strikes. He is responsible for DeLeslie at first base. Leadoff man Kyle Casperson will be the first to face Shane Melrose, but first to move to first. Melrose, 9 innings pitched on 7 appearances. He's allowed 6 runs, 5 of them earned. 11 base hits, 5 walks, and 7 strikeouts, a 1-1 record, and a 5.00 ERA. Melrose comes home. The pitch is away and low for ball 1. Casperson 0 for 1 tonight. Walked and was caught stealing in the first and reached on an error in inning number 3. We play top of the 5th in this 7-inning contest, game 2 of the doubleheader, between Your Everett Merchants and the Highline Bears in White Center. This ball missing inside. Mel Olson Field's lights are now on. Shadows covering the entirety of the ballpark. Merchants would be only a game behind Seattle as things stand if they hold on to win this game. Here's the pitch. It's a well-hit ball to right field. Swim looking up at the wall, and he will make the play for out number 1. Well-hit ball, but underneath it is Jackson Swim, and that'll bring up Jake Angelico with a man on and 1 away. 0 for 2 for Angelico with a pair of strikeouts. Rough night at the plate for Jake here in game 2. And a pinch hitter, actually, for Angelico. New hitter is number 11, Nate Blocher. Blocher takes a called strike, 0-1. As we'll pull up some statistics here on Blocher for y'all. .212 batting average on the season in 13 games played. 14 RBIs. He's walked 3 times. This pitch outside, it's 1-1. Move to first, not in time. One and 1. Melrose comes home. It's a foul ball back into the screen, and the count will go to 1-2. Melrose, a ground ball double play away from getting out of the inning, turning it back over to his offense. Hammersmark not in line for the win. That is currently the position Shane Melrose pitches from. Has Hammersmark not going the requisite 5 innings. Here's the pitch. It's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Melrose's first K of the afternoon, and there's 2 away. Reached the hour and 20-minute mark of this ball game. First game tonight, an hour and 35 minutes. So 2 very well-run, quick games to this point. Ball inside, 1-0. Lampinen climbs in. He's 1 for 2 with a single in the first. Merchants 1 run on 4 hits, an error. The Bears no runs on 2 hits and an error. Here's the pitch. It's away. 2-0. Only run of the game scored on a wild pitch. Jackson Swim hurrying home and beating the throw by Nabeda. This is a well-hit ball, but Nealon there to get it. And the throw over in time for the out. A man stranded at first base, but the Merchants keep the Bears off the scoreboard once again. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 1-0 Merchants. Welcome back. New pitcher for the Highline Bears is Danny Anderson. Anderson, 2 appearances, 1 game started, in 2 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 2 runs, both earned, on 4 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. A 1-0 record, a 7.71 ERA for Danny. And the first pitch of Jackson Swim is low for ball 1. You can close the book on Ryan Oka. He's in line for a tough luck loss. 5 innings pitched. He gave up a run. It was earned on 4 hits, a walk, and 8 strikeouts. High chopper to third. DeLeslie making the throw across the diamond in time for the first out of the inning. It'll bring up Andy Atwood. Merchants looking for insurance runs here. Atwood 0 for 2 in this game. He was 3 for 4 in game 1 of this doubleheader. First pitch he sees is away. On deck, Aiden Van Rinsum playing the top of the 6th inning. This pitch is well hit to right, or to left rather, but there to make the play is Elias for out number 2. And with 2 away, Aiden Van Rinsum climbs up. Merchants would like to get some insurance runs here in the top of the 6th inning. Reminder, this is only a 7-inning game. The pitch on the way to Van Rinsum is low and away. Here's the pitch. It's low. 2-0. Called strike, just getting to the knees, and it's 2-1. Oland on deck. He'll lead off the 9th. He'll lead off the 7th. Should Van Rinsum not reach here? This ball missing. It's 3-1. Merchants could further cement their spot as the 2nd place team in this league and give them a chance to climb to number 1 later in the season. Ball 4, a 2-out walk for Aiden Van Rinsum. In other PIL news, these Highline Bears defeating the Redmond Dudes 4-2 on Thursday night. That gave the Merchants a little bit of a buffer against them in the season series. This pitch fouled away, 0-1. Merchants are a full game ahead entering today. They're a game and a half ahead now with the first win over Redmond. Currently a game and a half behind Seattle as well. A swing and a foul tip. It's 0-2. 0-2, 2 away. Went on for the Merchants. Scored 1 run on 4 hits and an error. Bears no runs on 2 hits and an error. This pitch is lifted foul. We'll do it again. Merchants currently a game and a half out of first place and a game and a half ahead of 3rd place. Seattle Cheney Studs in 1st and the Redmond Dudes in 3rd. Redmond out of the championship race unless some miracles happen as that ball gets by. It's a wild pitch. 1-2 the count. But Van Rinsum advancing on the spiked fastball. Merchants would have the tiebreaker against Seattle if they win on Saturday down in Tacoma. We'll see if they're close enough for it to matter. This ball missing. It's 2-2. A couple heartbreaking dropped games against teams lower in the standings could end up costing this Merchant team a PIL crown for the first time in quite some time. Here's the pitch. It's low and away. Filling the count on Austin Oland. Teddy Bishop's on deck. He'll be next. Here's the pitch. It's away. Ball 4, a full count walk with 2 away. We'll put runners on 1st and 2nd for Teddy Bishop. 0 for 2 in tonight's game. Good chance, though, for Teddy Bishop to double the lead base hit would drive in a run with good speed at second. Van Rinsum on deck, or excuse me, Ramstead on deck. Very similar builds between those two players. This pitch is swung on and missed. Good breaking ball there by Danny Anderson. Be interested to see if Melrose comes back out for the bottom of the 6th inning. He has pitched in to a second inning of work a couple times, but we'll see what the Merchants decide to do. Coming in is Black, lost in the light for a minute, but will make the play for out number 3. Merchants strand a pair. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, 1-0 Everett. Welcome back. Shane Melrose remains in the game for Everett. Facing Jaron Larson, 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Melrose threw an inning of work, threw 10 pitches, and struck out 1. This pitch down low for ball 1. Melrose did not allow a base runner in his inning of work. Melrose currently the pitcher of record. He'll receive a win if the scoreline stays where it's at, and a base hit in the right field for Jaron Larson gets the inning started off quite nicely for the Highline Bears. Mitchell Nabeda climbing in. Nabeda 0 for 2 tonight. Man on first base is Jaron Larson, the center fielder. Melrose pitch is well hit, but skied, hanging up for Justice, who comes in and makes the play in shallow center field for out number 1. Tyler Black up next. 2 walks in his plate appearances so far tonight. Merchants clinging to a 1-0 lead. Melrose in line for the win if things stay where it's at. This pitch is a called strike. Black 2 for 3 in the first game of this doubleheader, struck out as well. So reached 5 of his 6 plate appearances in this series. Or 4 of his 5 rather. This ball misses. It's 1-1. Merchants likely will need one more arm to get to the end of this game. We'll see where it comes from. Kramer seems like a likely option. The pitch, well struck. Justice heading back towards the wall, and he will make the play in right center field. The throw in to stop the runner advancing. Everyone stays put. And Robbie Vandegrift up 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts. There's 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Move to first, nothing doing. "16 pitches for Melrose so far, 9 strikes in an inning and 2/3 of work. Efficient day for Shane. Vandegrift 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Foul ball back into the screen. The count is 0-1. I'd like to thank you all for watching this presentation of Everett Merchants Baseball. We'll be back in action tomorrow, 7:05, or rather 1:05 first pitch against Driveline Select in our home finale. Then our season finale, regular season finale, as the schedule stands on next Saturday. And the runner is picked off, and he is out at second base. Melrose with a good move to first base, and now we'll retire the side. When we come back, top of the 7th inning, last ups for your Merchants. They look to extend the lead before the bottom of the 7th. Welcome back. Aiden Van Rinsum leads off in the top of the 7th inning. Merchants looking for some insurance runs here as Danny Anderson deals a first pitch ball. Slight question over the official rules in a 7-inning contest, but it appears that Aiden Hammersmark is actually in line for the win here, and it would be a deserved one, worked around quite a bit of trouble. The 2-0 is a called strike. Ramstead didn't like it. It was definitely borderline. Anderson's 2-1 on the way. It's called strike, bouncing out of the glove. And someone's going to get ejected here if they're not careful. Harold Pyatt out of the dugout arguing. That ball was pretty clearly high. Harold Pyatt deservedly angry. And an official warning issued to Harold Pyatt. Bo Blacken getting in on the arguing too. Boy, oh boy. Strike zone problems all day for these Everett Merchants. It's 2-2. But likely should be 3-1. Here's the pitch. On the way, fouled off. And we'll do it again. Ramstead followed by Nealon and Kramer. Hammersmark in line for the win after a quick check on the rules. Time called by Ramstead. Bo Blacken steaming mad at third base. Can't believe that strike call. This ball inside. And he thought it was ball 4, but it was not. I have it at 3-2. And the umpires are conferencing. And Harold Pyatt, it sounded like, was arguing that that ball may have hit Jackson Ramstead, and that might have been what Ramstead was thinking too, because the count was clearly 2-2. But here's the payoff pitch on the way. Ramstead takes ball 4. No! Strike 3 called! And out number 1 recorded. Wow! Another pitch off the plate, called a strike in a key situation for the Everett Merchants. They'll bring up Max Nealon with 1 away. Ramstead striking out. Here's the pitch. It's low, bouncing away. 1-0. Strike called, evening the count at 1-1. From the stretch, the pitch is a foul ball. Nealon defending everywhere around the plate is no one quite sure where the strike zone is tonight. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Danny Anderson will bring up Cole Kramer. Last batter with a chance to give the Merchants a little bit more of a cushion before turning it over to either Shane Melrose or a relief pitcher in the bottom of the 7th inning, which is the final inning of this contest. Ball low, 1-0, a brave take for Kramer. Here's the pitch, low, bouncing away. 2-0. Justice on deck, should he be needed. He'll be followed by Swim. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball up the middle. Diving play not made. Cole Kramer reaches a 2-out single into center field. Give the Merchants a chance to try to extend this lead before turning it over to their pitching staff. Jordan Justice climbs in 0 for 3 with a few strikeouts. He also flew out to center field. In the first game, Justice was 3 for 3 with an RBI, 3 runs scored, and a walk. A ball called. Swim on deck. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped. Or fouled away, rather. Count goes to 1-1. 8, 9, and 1 due up for Redmond, or for Highline, rather, barring any changes. This ball inside, 2-1. Nearly catching a piece of Jordan. Anderson delivers the 2-1 just outside. Justice looking to pick up an insurance run here for the Merchants. This pitch inside, ball 4. He'll trot to first base. Runners on first and second for Jackson Swim, 2 away. And time is called. Out comes a coach for the Highline Bears, and we'll see if we're going to have a pitching change or if this is just a discussion. It appears to just be a discussion. Big spot here. Runners on first and second. If the Bears can retire the Merchants here, feels like scrapping together a run is possible. But another run crossing the plate, and that feels like it would be enough in this low-scoring affair. Mound visit over. 1 run on 5 hits and an error for the Merchants. They have 2 aboard with 2 away in the top of the 7th. Highline, only 3 hits, no runs and an error. Andy Atwood on deck. 0 for 3 in game 2. He had a big game 1. This pitch is low for ball 1. Anderson, 1 2/3 innings pitched. A hit, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Good stop there. Nebeda stopping that ball. It's 2-0. That gets away, and both runners likely to advance. 39 pitches, only 17 strikes for Anderson. The 2-0 on the way is low. 3-0 to Jackson Swim. The captain steps back in, looking to extend the lead for his Everett Merchants. Anderson from the stretch comes home. The 3-0 pitch well away. 4-pitch walk to Jackson Swim. It brings up Andy Atwood, who was 3 for 4 in game 1 of this doubleheader, is 0 for 3 here in game 2. But a base hit would put at least 1, possibly 2 runs on the board for Everett. He was a triple away from the cycle in game 1. Here's the pitch. It's low and away for ball 1. Merchants have stranded 6 base runners in this contest. Would love to get a couple across here. This ball away. 2-0. Anderson needs to find a piece of the strike zone, or he's going to walk ahead an insurance run. The 2-0 down low, 3-0. Anderson has to find a strike right now, or another run's going to cross the plate for the Merchants. Yes. Only 2 walks on the season entering tonight. Here's the pitch. It's ball 4. Insurance run across for your Merchants. It's now 2-0 Everett over Highline. RBI walk for Andy Atwood in his 2021 Everett Merchants debut. We'll take a quick break. Pitching change for the Highline Bears. We'll get you the changes when we return. Welcome back. New pitcher, Skylar Manelski, climbs in for Highline. He'll face Aiden Van Rinsum with the bases loaded and a 2-0 lead for Everett. Manelski, 15 appearances, all in relief, 26 innings pitched. He's given up 35 runs, 26 of them earned, 25 strikeouts and 12 walks, a 3-2 record, and a 9.00 ERA. Manelski's pitch is a little low for ball one. Manelski pitched an inning of scoreless relief with a walk and 2 strikeouts in game 1 of this doubleheader, and this ball is fouled away. Van Rinsum, 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. 2-1 the count. Austin Oland on deck. He's 2 for 2 with a walk. Everything is gravy from here on out for the Merchants as they look to build this lead. Swing and a miss. Looked like the pitcher Manelski slipped a little bit on the mound, but able to deliver a nice slider across the plate. Submarine delivery, swing and a miss, tag applied, and that way we're tied to the side. Merchants leave the bases loaded, but pick up a much-needed insurance run. Robbie Vandegrift, Manny Elias, and Lucas Delesy, due up for Highline 7-8-9. Merchants looking to close things out. Melrose out for the 3-inning save when we return. Welcome back. Shane Melrose back out to close out the game, looking for a 3-inning save as this pitch is low and away to Robbie Vandegrift, the shortstop, 0 for 2 tonight with a couple flyouts. He was up to bat when a runner was caught stealing on the base paths in the 6th. 1-1 on a called strike. Merchants would pull within a game of the Seattle Studs if this result holds. This pitch inside, 2-1. On deck, barring a pinch hitter, is number 25, Manny Elias. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Elias is on deck, so he is next. See his number in the on-deck circle. 2-2. Melrose coming home. It's a ground ball. Atwood's got it. Throw it first in time for out number 1. Elias climbs in 0 for 2. Ground out and a pop out. Too short. Robbie Vandegrift. Manny Elias takes ball 1 in the 7th inning. with 1 away. Bottom of the 7th, last inning of the game. This ball fouled away. The count will even at 1-1. Merchants looking for a key PIL victory. A sweep here would go a long way in their quest for a PIL crown. Ball fouled away. 1-2. Lucas DeLeslie on deck. He's the last chance. Should Manny Elias be out here? And he is! Called strike 3! A clutch strikeout by Shane Melrose, his second of the game. And the Highline Bears are down to their final out. Merchants, 2 runs on 5 hits, an error. The Bears, 0 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. First pitch is called strike. Merchants pushing a run across on a wild pitch and a bases loaded walk. Here's the 0-1. Upstairs. 1-1. Here's the 1-1. It's called ball outside. 2-1. On the way, the 2-1 pitch is a ground ball. This could do it. Atwood's got it. Throw across in time for the out, and that will end the ball game. Your Merchants sweep the Highline Bears, winning Game 1 6-3 and Game 2 2-0. Merchants will be back in action tomorrow afternoon, 1:05 first pitch against They'll be back in action against Driveline Select Sunday at 1:05. Your Merchants sweep away the Highline Bears and pull within a game of the Seattle Studs. Until next time, I'm Sean O'Connor, the voice of the Everett Merchants. Have a good night, everybody.